Hello everyone, and welcome to the team builder for week 8 of MMC. No, wait, week 8? Yeah, week 8. Where we play Steve SBU and his team, the House of Maus. Very, very interesting game. I know Steve is a very, very good player. So this is going to be a tough one for sure. But yeah, let's get right into his team. He has a Kyurem, a Blaziken, a Corviknight, a Ogerpon Cornerstone, an Enamorous Incarnate, a Blastoise, an Overquill, a Piloswine that can Terastallize into a Ground, Flying or Water type, a Hisuian Electro that can Terastallize into an Electric, Ice or Fairy type, and a Komala. Very, very tough team for us to deal with, but yeah, let's get into what we are bringing. First of all, we have a Light Clay Goldenga. We are running dual screens this week with Light Screen and Reflect. Obviously, we have to have good as gold. And we have Thunderbolt and Make It Rain as our two moves. I don't think there's really a reason to have Ghost, as he doesn't have a Ghost type, so there's no weakness. So, and Thunderbolt allows us to better hit that Corviknight, which is most probably going to be his main switch in. But yeah, the reason we're setting screens with Goldengo is because the only way for him to really, really well remove them is probably going to be Defog on Corviknight, and obviously Good as Gold prevents that, so it allows us to always keep the screens up and just go for Thunderbolts to hurt him. And Make It Rain just allows us to have a really, really solid click into things like the Kyurem and the Ogerpon Cornerstone and the Enamorous, and a Piloswine pre-Terra, so that's always really, really nice. We do have a lot of speed on this. I believe it's to always outspeed the Blastoise and be able to hit it with super effective Thunderbolts. So yeah, that is our Goldenga build. Next up we have Max Spadef Citrus Berry Okidogi running the Guardog so that we getting a boost off Overcool Intimidates instead of a drop. We are Poison Jab, Drain Punch, Thunder Punch. Thunder Punch is allow us to hit the Corviknight and Blastoise super effectively. Drain Punch obviously hits a lot of things super effectively like Kyurem and Ogerpon. And we also want to use Bulk Up to raise our stats. Poison Jab also allows us to hit the Enam and a Piloswine after Terra, in case it's Terra Flying, which I do think it will be Terra Flying if it comes. So yeah, that is the set on Okidogi. Next up we have Vikavolt, which is going to be probably our designated lead and is our designated Terra captain for this game. We are Terra Steel because he has a really, really tough time dealing with it. Outside of the Blaziken, his only mon that gets super effective moves for this is nothing. Nothing else gets stab super effective buttons because we obviously have Levitate to be immune to the ground type moves from Piloswine, and Defiant Fighting is all on Blaziken. So yeah, we are running the Terra Steel. We are Focus Sash lead just so that we can guarantee if he does lead the Blaziken, get our webs up, which are going to be, I think, very, very crucial this game. The only immunities are Corviknight, Enam, and once again, if he wants a defog, that just lets us go into Goldenga for free and set up a screen, which is huge. We have Volt Switch and Discharge just because they are very, very solid clits, and Flash Cannon is very nice because the things that do resist the Volt Switch, like the Piloswine and the Kyurem, do not appreciate Flash Cannons, especially that Electrode off to Terra. It doesn't. Both of its Terra types, Ice and Fairy, do not appreciate Flash Cannons. So I do think that the court is going to play a very huge role. Maybe we don't run the Sash, but I do think we need it just in case he does lead Blaziken. Next up we have Scarfory Moon. Scarfory Moon looks really, really solid this game. It outspeeds everything on his team, even the Blaziken after a speed boost. And we just are running Max Attack Adamant, I believe, and we just knock off EQ, Iron Head, U-turn, which is a really, really solid set. Everything that doesn't get hit by knockoff, like Enam, gets hit by the Iron Head. Everything else just doesn't resist. If he's obviously Hisuian Electro, we hit that with the Iron Head as well, with its Ice and Fairy Towers, both of them. EQ is good for things like Blaziken and Overquill, and knockoff, and obviously U-turn just allows us to pivot around, which is really, really nice. Next up, we have the Toxic Orb Gliscor. We are running EQ, Toxic, Sub, and Stealth Rock. Obviously, he has 2 poison immunities in Overkill and Corviknight, but I do think Toxics are really, really nice into things like the Ogerpon or the Blastoise, just to on swap in, which is really, really nice, or even Piloswine, which I do think is probably going to be his swap in of choice, maybe because if he is Terra Flying. We have EQ to hit things like the Overquill, if we're in front of it, and also things like Ogerpon. We have Sub, just Subs allows us to, if we're not sure quite what he's going to do a turn, we can just Sub, and obviously with Poison Heal we're able to heal it off. It also allows us to protect things, and we are not running Protect on this set as well, just because I think that if you see a Gliscor, you're going to probably think it has Protect, so we're just not running it to maybe he plays around the Protect, which I do think he will do, and instead we potentially just get a sub, which is much better. We have Stealth Rocks, which Stealth Rocks are incredible into this team. There is no resist to Stealth Rocks, and the only way he resists Stealth Rocks is with Terra Ground Palestine, and his removal isn't the greatest. Obviously, he's got Corviknight Defog, which once again Gholdengo deals with incredibly, and Kamala, which I don't really see Kamala coming, and also once again Gholdengo also blocks that. So yeah, that is the oh wait, no, we got one more Pokemon, and he said that was the team. Next up, we have Mirror Herb Primarina, which is very interesting set. The point of this is we ideally want to be swapping this in on a Blaziken and Mirror Herbing a Speed Boost, so we basically we're pseudo Scarfed in a way. Because Meloetta looks really strong not Meloetta, Primarina looks really strong this game. What we don't hit with Surfs, like Kyurem and Ogerpon, we hit with Moonblasts. And we have Alluring Voice to prevent setup on things like Blaziken and Ogerpon as well, with the option to confuse them if they do. We have Ice Beam, obviously that hits the Ogerpon super effectively, but also hits the Piloswine if it Terra Grounds, or he also hits the Hisuian Electrode on swapping super effectively as well. And then finally we have Flip Turn just to swap around. And we are Torrent just because we don't need to be running water type Alluring Voice. I think having a Beef Area is a lot better this week. So yeah, that is the team for week 8 of MMC, and I'll see you lots all in the battle. Hello everyone, and welcome back to week 8 of MMC, I believe. Where we take on Steve and his team, what was the team name again? His team, the House of Maus, yeah, the fun one. Let's see what he brings. He brings Piloswine, which is, I believe, one of his Terra Caps. I think it's Ice Flying Water. Not sure on that last one. Electrode is a second Terra Cap. It's Ground on Piloswine, right? Because it's Electric Ice Fairy on this Electrode. We do see Blaziken, which can be definitely a big threat if that thing is not setting up speed boosts. We see the Kyurem. We see the Corviknight, and finally we see the Overquill. Okay, so very interesting team. I think I really expected that didn't come. No Ogerpon, no Enamorus is really big, no Blastoise as well. So his only removal is the Corviknight. So I kind of do want to just get Webs up. Bigable is actually a really solid lead into his team with Terra Steel. It's only really Blaziken that threatens it. Let's see, no Kamala either. We are recording, yep. Vikavolt into the Overquill, okay. You're gonna see Intimidate. Okay, so it's not Swift Swim. I think we just always Terra Steel in front of this, and I think we can just get up a Sticky Web, right? They're staying with a Throat Chop. If we Terra Steel, does 30% if he's no investment. I'm just going to click a Sticky Web here. He's just going to set up spikes. Okay, that's fine. We don't have removal, so that is a bit annoying to deal with for the rest of the game. But trading webs for spikes should be fine. Definitely annoying, but we can do... he does not have the great swap-ins. I think I am just going to Volt Switch out now. He could just set up a second layer. It's very feasible that he does. How much do we do with the Volt Switch? Volt Switch do 50, he's max HP, he's just going to set up the second layer of spikes. And
and we're going to see that he does have Spadef. Okay, good to know. And I think this is definitely where we just get our Toxic Orb going. And now the question is, do we get up a sub or do we get up rocks? I think we want to get up rocks first. We should take absolutely nothing from this thing. He does withdraw the into Cramor, which is the Corviknight. Do we see, what do we see? We see Pressure. Okay, Pressure Corviknight. And we are just going to get our rocks up, and we can just go Goldengo here pretty freely. You could just go for the... We do about half the max Fizdef Corv. We're going to take spikes, which is a little bit annoying. If he does U-turn, that'd be the worst case scenario. Yep, there's U-turn. He does have to deal with rocks and webs though. We could just see the Blaziken come out most likely. It's Electro Ball. That should be Electro, right? It is. So this is what we're going to see. We are going to see it get caught in the webs, and it's going to take rocks as well then. How much does this do to me? This should never be like Terra Electric potentially. Sui as a pivot. Volt Switch does barely anything to me. I kind of do want to just get a Reflect up, because it is probably Pillar Swine coming, or the... Oh, we're faster than this. Wait, what? What did he click? Thunderbolt. Wait, what? Is he lagging tail? Wait, I'm confused. Light screen as well. 168. That does look about damage from max special attack. We are gonna get our screen up, left light screen up now. Thunderbolt again. I think we just go. This score's tough here. We could just go into Hella here, who should be able to eat hits. We do have a light screen and a reflect up. Look at what with this steel does very well into that. Flash cannon, if it's not terrored, does 35.6. We do a good chunk with the flash cannon here. He is just Volt Switch. Okay, good play. And we're going to see 60 damage from Volt Switch, which looks like a roll from max special attack. So yeah, we do confirm that. Could be into Blaziken. This game is just going to be tough to play, right? Could be into Corv as well. Because our Goldengo is low and is going to have to take loads of spikes chip. I'm going to see something new, which is Blaziken. Okay. Does get caught in web, so isn't boots. Also take rocks. Blaziken. Swords Dance through the reflect would still kill us. I mean, this is such a good mon I want to keep around. We could go hard into Gliscor, which we shouldn't take too much from anything. Issue is this always just baits in the Corviknight. He just Swords Dance. Okay, that is scary. He is at neutral speed though. I'm gonna click a Toxic here. He's gonna Endure. Okay, so I went Toxic thinking he was going Kirim, but this also works out. So is he like Lychee Berry or something? I'm confused. He's +2 attack. Wait, does Endure stop Toxic shenanigans? I don't know. He has Speed Boost. I think we do just click EQ now. I think it should kill this. He's not bulky. He's gonna overheat. Okay, this is into screen though, right? Yeah, so it doesn't do too much. That's an interesting set. Swords Dance overheat. We should just KO with this Earthquake now though. So down goes Blaziken. That was a huge threat actually. And here it could go Piloswine or Thing here or Kirim. He could also Corv trying to defog, but I don't think that's the right play. I don't think he I honestly might just sub if he goes for the Corviknight, make a read on it. It's into Shift. This is also new, I think. It is into Kirim. Okay, so is this Boots? No Boots is huge. We still do have Light Screen, right? And Reflect we do. Kirim. Ice Beam definitely kills from here. I could go Gold. I can also go into Hella. I'm just Hella taking behind the screen from this. Ice Beam if he's max special attack. Draco does 40. I don't mind that at all. It's Draco. Okay, so this should do 40%. That is less. So, okay. And he's Life Orb. Okay. Wait, why did that do nothing? I don't know, 100 damage? With the Life Orb? So maybe he's not invested? Flash Cannon would kill from here. I feel like the Volt Switch is freer though, because he's never going into the... Is he going Piloswine here? I think I'm gonna... How much turns of screen do we have left? We have 2 turns of light screen, so that's a little bit better. I think I'm gonna Flash Cannon here. And just see what his answer is. If it is Corviknight, that's the worst case scenario. It is Electro. This is gonna take webs though again, and it's gonna take a good chunk from this. Electrode. Should take a good 40%. Ooh, that is bulky. I do get a big Spadef drop. I'm so sorry for that. That is a huge Spadef drop. It basically kind of forces him to get out of here. I think I'm gonna Volt Switch this time. As he just goes for Thunderbolt. Interesting. He's just going for the damage. And we do nothing with that. That's fine. We are going to lose all our screens here. And we have to think about this tactically. He is -1 speed. He showed me he was slower than Warlock, which is crazy. Unless he... Oh, I'm -1, obviously. He's gonna try and go Dogi. I don't think so. Then I'm gonna go into the big boy, Roaring Moon, and just go for U-turn here. Should definitely be outspeeding this with my Scarf. We get to see if the Corviknight's Rocky Helmet as well. We do see the withdrawal. These things are just getting chipped down, which is nice. It is into Cromwell, which I'm pretty sure is the Corviknight. Is this Boots? It is not Boots. Okay, good information. It is Pressure. Is Helmet. Okay, good information. Is Helmet. I think I'm going to go back into Goldango here. And we are just going to live Spike, so we don't take another round. So I do think we go... Special... I do think I am a bit more scared of his... I'm going to get a light screen, because 8 turns of the light screen. He probably just KOs me here. We do have speed. Okay, that's important information. And he does U-turn. We do take that, which means he has to take another... He doesn't get the webs and rocks removed, and we could potentially get Reflect up here. We don't know we're faster than... We should be faster than everything, unless there's a Bootsmon, because we saw Electrode was slower. Do we KO this, actually, with a Make It Rain? That is a good question to ask at this point in time. Make It Rain does 40% to this if it's non-invested. I think I clicked that. I think he's definitely in range. He looks like he's just under 20. I'm going to click on Make It Rain here. And we are going to KO the Electrode, which is very, very nice. He definitely can't default with Corv. He's into this guy. Okay, very interesting. He is caught in the webs, and he's going to take rocks again. He could go for the spike again, which... at this point, how much do I care about the last spike? I don't think I care too much. I think I am just going to get my Reflect up. And if he has a dark move, he has a dark move. He goes just for the third layer of spikes, I thought so. This turn, I think we go for another Make It Rain. We could also Thunderbolt here. I do think we just Make It Rain though. We're -1. He's going to withdraw into what? Is into the Corv? It's into Corviknight. Okay, so we're going to get a bit of extra chip on this, which is always nice. And I think we just Thunderbolt spam until he kills us. Not bad. We're -2 now. He obviously can just probably roost on us, but we do like 25 with Thunderbolts, and we could potentially get a Para. So I'm gonna start clicking Thunderbolts. We do get the Para, which is huge. And he is going to be paralyzed. I'm so sorry. That is so unfortunate. I think we do just click it again, though. Do we KO? That's a huge KO. That is a huge KO. That means he cannot get rid of Hazardous. I am so sorry to Steve, because that was the biggest hack so far this game. That was huge. We see something that hasn't hit the field yet, I don't think. It is going to be this. Also takes it. He's going to take 12%. Isn't rocks. Kyurem not being rocks is huge this game. This thing can terrestrialize into ground, water, flying. How much do I care about that? How many turns of screen do we have left? If this terrestrializes into a ground type and starts setting up on me, is that really, really bad? I think we can deal with it though. So I think I am just going to go for Make It Rain. Into Kill Swine at -2. We will do 28 if he dressizes into a... Oh, he's ground. Okay, so he's just ground. Okay, that's fine. We can deal with that. We're not going to do much. Yeah, we do barely anything. We just want to die here. He's going to put up rocks. Okay, so he knows what he's doing. He's just putting as much pressure on our team as possible with hazards at this point. Which I think is also the correct play, but he can't heal on this. And his swap-ins to a Make It Rain. Oh, great. I think I do I save this as a sack? Because it will be just a sack. I don't want him to start setting up though. And there's always a chance we crit it, so... I think I'm just going to click buttons. Rocks do not affect this much though, from now on. But the webs will put it in Prim range. Primarina's in a really, really good position right now. Into everything that's on the field. We are just chipping this down as much as possible. And he is just going to Icicle Crash. Okay, that's fine. Down goes Goldango. We definitely don't go Dogi. Do we see any screen fall? We light screen falls. Okay, so that's important into not this, but it is important into the Kiram. Do we kill with a Surf from this range? Primarina. Surf does 52 potentially. I kind of like... Part of me really, really likes going into my Vicavolt. Flash Cannon does 16. How much does Roaring Moon do? That is not a Roaring Moon. Roaring Moon does 36.5 and gets rid of these things. Shenanigans. We can only do Prim twice. I think we do have to go Prim here. I think we have to flip turn actually with Prim because I don't know if this is in range. Surf does 52 if he's max Spadef. Eviolite. So it puts us in like this really, really tough position where you have to like make a call on like if he is bulky enough. How much is he at exactly? He's at like 60%. I don't think I can risk that. I think I have to flip turn. I don't think he's going to risk it either, so I'm going to flip turn here. He is going to stay in. That's huge. So he is now in range. We can do this once more. And he's definitely going for the ground move, so I'm going to go into the Hela here. I'm going to take rocks. He goes for the EQ, we avoid it. Nice, with Levitate. And we just get a Flash Cannon off now. We are just going to hit this. This could be Icicle Crash, which... Does this kill? It does not. Reflect comes in clutch. And we KO with this one. He Ice Shards. Does that kill? It doesn't. Okay, so we do pick up the KO on Pillar Swine here. Prim should be able to stop the Kiram. Hopefully. I mean, Kiram can never get a... It can go +1, but it would die to the Flash Cannon. And Roaring Moon with Scarf should be able to outspeed and KO it, right? He goes into Uberquap, which is the Overquill, which obviously takes webs and everything again. Spike Setter. Flash Cannon should kill this if it's just max HP. I'm just going to click it. He's... Oh my god, wait, what? He's faster? I forgot. And he just clicks self-destruct. Wait, what? He self-destructs? Wait, I'm confused. Why did he do that? Just the KO? Is that his only move? It's just Kiram left, right? Roaring Moon should KO it, I assume. Into the Kiram. Knockoff does over 50. Supposedly. Ironhead does more at 56. Is this a win? We do take all the hazards. And we do confirm that he's not scarfed or anything because he took the hazards first and he's at 50. So this should die unless he's like super bulky. Just gonna click an Ironhead. This thing doesn't learn Ice Shot, I'm pretty sure, so we should be fine. And we do pick up the game with Roaring Moon. GG's to Steve. That was a game and a half. GG's, what a game. I don't even know what the score was at the end there. I think it was 3-0. Although I can't be certain. But that was a that was a hazard game. That was us trying to play around each other's hazards. He had the Corviknight, I assume with defog, we just couldn't ever click it because of my Goldango. And I had, that power wanted me the game. Simple as. That power won me the game. Simple as. That power just won me the game. Yeah, GG's to Steve. Really, really good, well played. We do pick up the win, which is really, really nice, going, I believe, to 6-1. We do have one more week, which is our replay of week 5 coming up. But we should be locked in for a playoff spot now, which is really, really nice. And I'll see you lot all for that makeup game next week. Make sure to... what am I going on about here? No, anyway, bye-bye, guys. See you next week. Bye.